guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the first time I'm back to trucking in 17 months. This is our new truck. My husband went with me today because the plant that we get gravel changed since I was doing it. So I had to go do their safety thing and learn where everything was. And obviously this is the first time I've driven this truck. And although it's much easier, it's automatic, which I'm not happy about. Our last truck, the work truck that I drove that you guys saw before, or all the time in my videos, was an 18 speed, but we lost that truck. So I will tell you guys the story when I'm able to, but I can't right now. And that's all I can really say. It's been a long 17 months of just trying to literally, I guess the only way I can compare myself is to like a phoenix, I guess, like coming out of the ashes and rising again. I know that's a cheesy analogy, but it kind of is the truth. So let's just say I'm happy to be alive. Today wasn't easy by any means. It was the first time I was on this road since what happened 17 months ago. So it definitely wasn't easy, and I'm glad my husband was with me. It would have been, I think, a lot harder if I had been by myself. Next week I'm going to go by myself, so we'll see how that goes. There's, it's going to be crazy. There's a lot of dust here. It's going to, look at what it's doing to my shoes. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting to be by myself on the road and, have 10, 11 hours to sit with your thoughts. And like today was fine because I was able to sit there, speak to my husband, and he was with me, and I was able to, take breaks and take naps and stuff like that. But when you're alone, you get your 30-minute break, and most of the time I take an hour break because I just like to take that hour nap. And I always feel guilty because my husband waits for me at the plant because he dumps the gravel, but he doesn't care. He'd rather me be safe than and take that break and rest when I need to rest. But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of nice to get back in the saddle, so to say, and to get back to some kind of a semblance of a normal life again, or back to what a normal life was. Things have been crazy, to say the least. And man, I wish I could tell the whole thing, but I promise you guys one day I will. I'm gonna tell you everything, show you everything, and but right now, so I'm gonna get back to my channel, and I'm gonna start posting. Hopefully I'll be much better than I ever was before. I promise you guys. At least one video a week, so you can see what's going on and what it's like to literally start trucking again after 17 months. Wait, is it 17 months? Let's see, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, it is 17 months. So it's so weird. It's like so weird. Even the gas station that we get gas at, or diesel at, the people that I used to know there and talk to all the time, they didn't recognize me. They did not remember me at all because I've been gone so long, I guess. And I've lost 65 pounds, so I think I look a lot different, actually. But I mostly lost the weight because it was good for my body. It helps with, things that I'm going through, and it was good to get that weight off my body, clearly. So my body's a little sore today, not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's definitely going to be a challenge, and I'm going to have to be very careful getting in and out of the truck, just to make sure you don't want to slip or fall off the truck, obviously. But things are going good. Like, it's a beautiful day out. Like, you got to try to remain positive and man, I mean, I'll tell you what, it's not easy to be positive. It really isn't. It's a lot easier to, I guess, feel sorry for yourself and be mad and angry at other people. And I've come to the realization that I can't control anybody but myself. I can control my attitude and my mood and how I treat others, and try not to, I was catching myself because I was snapping at people because I wasn't feeling good, and you can't do that because it's not anybody's fault, and I'm trying to look at the positive side of everything, and I try not to be angry, and I don't even want to look at pictures of my old truck, because you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And I don't think my husband did either, but we didn't appreciate what we had and how good of a truck that we had. And even this automatic, like, it's supposedly just as strong, but I felt that you had more control over the 18 speed. Like, you had more control over the truck. Like, where now it's a newer truck and it's all computerized. So it's when the computer engages and when it wants to engage the engine brake, where with the 18 speed, man, like, you just, you downshifted. And I don't know, I had fun driving that truck. I really did. I enjoyed driving that truck. And honestly, automatic is boring. I don't know, those of you that that drive an automatic, you're probably used to it, but to me it's boring. I guess it was, I'm a woman driver, and I'm not saying that women can't learn to drive an 18 speed or any, like, there's plenty of women that do, but as a woman, I'm speaking for myself as a woman, it was a sense of pride to learn how to drive that truck. Like, it wasn't easy. Like, not only did I go to trucking school, but I was here at this plant here, like, practicing every weekend. Like, I had my cones out. They actually have some of the cones. You can see them. Those were cones that I actually had brought here that I kind of took from a construction zone. But I used them so I could learn all the maneuvers. And the truck that we're driving right now, that we own now, once was owned by Armorock, and that was the truck that I would practice on before I learned the 18 speed, because my husband didn't take me out on the 18 speed until after I got my license. And then he trained me for an additional 3 months before he even felt comfortable putting me out on the road. And so I was very well trained in the truck, because when you come out of trucking school, you are not ready. Any of you, because I get a lot of people asking me about trucking schools, and I've had some people ask me about that trucking school here in Vegas that I went to, and if I recommend it. And it's hard to say, because it's been, over 3 years since I went to that trucking school, and I can't say how they're doing things now. And I can't say that all of my experience was bad at that school. There was just a few bad apples, like that one teacher that would fall asleep, but there was some good people there, but they're all about money, and they're not going to teach you. If you think you're going to learn how to tie down a load, forget about it. You're not going to learn that. It's literally the bare minimum to pass your test. Like, that's all it is. And so I was very fortunate to have my husband, that he's had his license over 30 years now, and he taught me. And even now, this is the reason why he's with me. He's not going to send me out on the road by myself in a new truck that I've never driven. He's going to make sure that, as easy as a automatic is, you still need to learn how to use the engine brake properly in these automatics. It's just not like where you just push the gas and go. You still need to learn, because there's 3 levels. There's 1, 2, and 3 of the engine brake, and you need to learn that properly so that you keep it in the right RPMs and stuff like that. Those of you that are truck drivers now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I have a lot of people that are not truck drivers and are thinking about getting their license, so they don't know any of this stuff. So sometimes you'll be hearing me talk about stuff that you might be like, oh my God, it's so easy. Like, why is she talking about it? But I'm speaking to the new truck drivers. And the AC is out in that truck right now. So we had to wait for some O-rings to come in the mail, because Ruben's going to fix it. So they finally came, and he'll fix that, because it's still 100 degrees up in Phoenix. So it wasn't exactly the most comfortable ride today because we had to keep the windows down, and then on the floor our feet were getting like so hot because you know that heat comes up from the engine. But this truck is a 2017, and Ruben was the only one that ever drove it for Armorock. He was the only driver, so he actually took care of it. It's literally brand new. We just bought the truck almost 2 months ago. That's our trailer also. So we do have a step deck now. So we take some loads to California. Ruben does that. I don't mess with that because it's a big construction zone. It's a big project, and I don't want to deal with that. Like, honestly, I just do the gravel. That's plenty. And then we have the end dump. But so anyway, we've had the truck about 2 months now, and Ruben was the only truck driver. It only has 250,000 miles on it. So those of you that know these trucks, that's nothing. It's literally a brand new truck. Even the passenger side seat still had plastic on it. Ruben hadn't taken the plastic off. So I've ordered another seat cover. And of course, we got the tan color. And of course, they're all sold out. So I can't find the match. So I had to get black. So we're going to have a different color. It's the same like brand, but different color. So we figured the tan one's getting dirty already. So I guess we're just going to use that one until it's gross. And then I'll order a black one so it matches. And then the truck that we bought after what happened to me, it was okay. It was a 10-speed truck. I never drove that one just because it had a sleeper on it, and Ruben didn't feel comfortable. It had a lot of things that needed to be fixed on it, and he didn't want me to have to deal with DOT and stuff like that. So he had been fixing it this last year and a half and fixing little by little, you know. And it, you know, obviously a sleeper puts a little more length on the truck too. Not that I couldn't do it. I could, obviously, but I was still recovering. So I didn't have anything to do with that truck at all. I never even got to sleep in the, I cleaned the crap out of it, but I never even got to sleep in the sleeper, which I was kind of bummed because we sold it last Sunday and I wasn't expecting it to sell. The first guy that came and looked at it. And before they even got there, the guy was like, I'm not coming to look, I'm coming to buy. And we thought he was joking. He wasn't joking. But I had cleaned the crap out of it, like nicer than even when Ruben was driving. I wasn't able to clean it because we bought it last July, not this July, but the July before. And it's been too damn hot for me to come down here to Armorock and even attempt to try to clean it. So I cleaned it like so good. I bought a new mattress. I put new blankets and sheets. Like it was beautiful in the back. And I told Ruben, like, man, we didn't even get to sleep in it like one night because it was at our house and I wanted to sleep in it because it's getting cooler now. So it would have been fun. But the guy bought it last Sunday. Not this last Sunday, like I said, the Sunday before that. And they already have it on the road working because we've seen it the last couple times that we went for a load. We saw it going by. Like, that's how fast they got it registered and it's on the road already. So, and it happened to be somebody we knew too. It was a friend of ours. But hey, we made a couple thousand more than what we paid on it, and we drove it for a year and a half, so you can't beat that. But look how beautiful that truck is. Isn't it pretty? It's a pretty truck, even though she's an automatic. Help me give her a name, though. But it's a Kenworth T880. That's our new end dump also. Remember our last end dump was that red one, that maroon one. We lost that also. I miss everything, but this is it's a pretty setup. Everything matches clearly. The trailer is a little bit taller than our last one, but it's aluminum, so it's actually a lot lighter and it can carry more gravel. So. We left really early this morning because we went to the truck wash and washed the truck early this morning. So I've been up since 1:30 in the morning, and it is now, I think, like 4 o'clock. So it's been a long day. But excuse the way that I look. But anyway, it was good to talk to you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Take care of yourself. If you guys are truck drivers, be careful out there, man. Be careful. All I can say is be careful. Wear your seatbelt and make sure you have dash cam. Dash cam is very important. very, very important. But seatbelt, seatbelt, seatbelt. That's all I can say. I will never, ever, ever, for even a second, ever take my seatbelt off because it did its job. Let's just say that. But anyway, so I will talk to you guys soon, and I'll update you on what's going on next week. I'll be using my GoPro. I had lost some of my equipment with the truck, so I'm waiting to get the mount that I had once before so that I can just put the camera and let it record without touching anything. And I'd like to get footage of the drive and everything, and hopefully you guys just follow my journey. And yeah, but anyway, take care. Be careful out there, you guys. Bye.